big observations by the top court that we're getting for you. Supreme Court says, are we going backward with this law? That's a question that the top court has posed. Strong observations by the top court while hearing the case on UGC norms. Supreme Court says even 75 years after independence, society is still shackled by caste. Want a panel of lawyers to consider. Let's go across to Bhavtosh, who's getting us more details. Bhavtosh, we are learning about the big observations that have been made by the top court, asking if we are going backwards. Also saying there's a need for a panel of lawyers to look into this.
Yes, Swati. In fact, notices have been issued. Our colleague Dipankar is inside the courtroom, and what we have gathered, these are the latest updates that we have got inside from the Supreme Court. Notices have been issued. The question is whether there is a stay that has been given by the Supreme Court. It looks unlikely that there has been any stay on the latest order that has been given by the UGC. What has happened so far in the Supreme Court is that the order that has been given by the bench of Chief Justice is that notices have been issued, to which Indira Jaising, the senior advocate, has said is the question is of the interpretation of quote-unquote only on the basis of caste and tribe. Justice Bagchi has said that we fail to understand when Section 2C is ingrained into Section 3E, why it has been separately culled out as a clause. Advocate Jaising has also said this is about the vision of the constitution and inclusivity of the society. Justice Bagchi has further said we would have understood the vision of if it serves the purpose for which regulations are made. What is the impact of the regulations? Chief Justice of India has said that there are 4 or 5 questions. Otherwise, this will have a very sweeping consequences. It will lead to a very dangerous impact. In the hearing that is taking place, Solicitor General himself is present in the courtroom. Justice Bagchi has further said extent of discrimination is reduced by ragging. Now the hearing has taken place. Chief Justice of India has further said that purely on constitutional principle, this hearing is taking place. In the hearing that is taking place presently,
Bhavtosh,
notices have been issued.
Yes, I'm interrupting you, Bhavtosh. We have some breaking inputs coming in. New UGC norms put on hold by the Supreme Court. A big development there. Bhavtosh was telling us about the big observations. We're given to understand that the new norms have been put on hold by the top court. The Supreme Court has decided to put on hold the new norms. As far as some of the observations are concerned, the CJI said prima facie language of the regulations, there is complete vagueness capable of misuse. Some expert may advise remodulation. Let's go back to Bhavtosh. Bhavtosh, the court has put on hold the new UGC norms.
Yes, that's a big news. Earlier, the notices have been issued, but colleague Dipankar has just told us that Supreme Court has stayed the implementation of the new regulation of UGC. The court has stayed it, and the next date of hearing is 19th of March. Remember, as soon as the notification was issued by the through a notification, there was widespread protests that have taken place, and now that implementation has now been stayed by the bench of the Chief Justice of India, Suryakant.
Bhavtosh, stay on with us. We also have Pranesh joining us in the broadcast. The CJI said we can't go further backward, and then notices were issued. But the big story is putting off the norms on hold, Pranesh.
I just want to add to what Swati, what you and Bhavtosh were both discussing. You see, this was coming. The government had it coming, and let me just say this, more than anyone, more than the people who were out there on roads protesting, you know which entity is the most relieved right now or would be most relieved? It is the government of India, and I'll tell you why. Because the government had tied itself in knots in a way that it could see the outrage on the ground by these lopsided norms which were drafted and then was put in the Gazette of India. And by the time maybe they realized it, the protests had, spread like wildfire. They wanted to do, but such are the compulsions of vote bank politics in our country that any step in even tweaking the norms would have been branded as, anti-Dalit, anti-SC/ST, anti-OBC. And the government obviously did not want to risk the backlash. So now that the Supreme Court has stayed the UGC rules, and if you just talk about the rules, even a layman, it does not take, even a university degree to understand the UGC rules. They were lopsided to say the least. When the intent of any legislation or regulation is to promote equity, to stop discrimination, or at least to mitigate discrimination, you can't draft regulations which do exact opposite. But according to the rules that have now been stayed, courtesy the Supreme Court's intervention, the general category students had sort of no relief. They were tagged as suspect. The criminality thing was like a label on their forehead, and it is not a nice thing to have. When you're in universities, like people say, you know, whenever we do a campus story, Swati and Bhavtosh, you know, the commentary that we hear is that, you know, universities are places where you should be able to think freely. When you have this tag on your head, it's like, you know, someone is constantly watching you. Am I walking properly? Imagine a group of students, the reserved category students are sitting there, and if you were to just pass by, and if they thought, because the rule said anything explicit or implicit, if your body language offended them, then you're gone for good. Because then, according to the rules which have now been stayed, you are staring at trouble. So, Swati, this is a welcome move, a massive intervention by the Supreme Court. And I will also tell you the predictable political commentary. Now, many people will come and attack the government. Why is the government not resisting this intervention by the Supreme Court? They will accuse the government of accepting the Supreme Court's decision. They would, you know, they will say that go up in appeal, challenge this, like we've heard from Mr. Stalin. He says the rules must be hardened enough. This is not enough. So let's see how it unfolds. I believe you have people already, you know, connected. Let's hear from them.
Absolutely. In fact, the CJI also went on to say India's unity should reflect, it should show in the educational institutions of this country. We have Mr. Saravanan of the DMK, IP Singh and Anurag Bhadoria of the Samajwadi Party. I want to first go across to Mr. Saravanan. Your first reaction on the norms being put on hold by the Supreme Court?
See, it is very unfortunate that the Supreme Court has put on hold, has stayed these UGC regulations. Nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong in these UGC regulations. It says, if you look at the pattern of the people who have died due to the harassment, whether it is Rohit Vemula, Payal Tariki, Fatima, Muthukrishnan, Pallavi, whoever it is, all of them belonged to this oppressed class of Hindus. And to protect them, see, it is just a mechanism. Why do you presume so many things? I was just hearing the commentary. I was shocked to hear the commentary that just because there is a legislation which says you should not discriminate.
इसी रेगुलेशंस को सुप्रीम कोर्ट में चुनौती दी गई थी जो नए नियम लाए गए हैं और सेक्शन 3(1)(c) को चुनौती दी गई थी जो कास्ट बेस्ड डिस्क्रिमिनेशन को डिफाइन करता है। सेक्शन 3(e) को डिस्क्रिमिनेशन की प्रोविजंस ऑलरेडी हैं। सेक्शन 8(1)(b) और 8(1)(e) को भी डिफाइन उनको चैलेंज किया गया था। और जब ये सारी बातें सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सामने रखी गई, सारे पक्षों को सुनने के बाद, सॉलिसिटर जनरल ऑफ इंडिया को सुनने के बाद, इंदिरा जयसिंह को सुनने के बाद और हमारे पक्षकारों को सुनने के बाद माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने आज यूजीसी रेगुलेशंस जो नए नियम लाए गए हैं उन पे पूर्णतः रोक लगा दी, उनको अभ्यास में रख दिया है और जो पूर्व के यूजीसी रेगुलेशंस 2012 थे उनको प्रभावी किया है अपनी पावर्स अंडर आर्टिकल 142 को एक्सरसाइज करते।
केंद्र सरकार का क्या रुख रहा है? क्या उसने याचिका का विरोध किया या क्या कहा?
केंद्र सरकार ने कहा कि ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल इशू है और इसको एग्जामिनेशन इसका होना होगा, जब इसका एग्जामिनेशन होगा तब वो अपनी बात रखेंगे।
चलिए, तो ये आपने सुना यहाँ पर विष्णु शंकर जैन को सीधे टाइम्स नाउ भारत पर एक बात।
So that was Vishnu Shankar Jain challenging the regulation 3C which defines caste-based discrimination in the court. We have IP Singh and Anurag Bhadoria. Let me go across to IP Singh. IP Singh जी, पहला आपका रिएक्शन, पहली प्रतिक्रिया जो यूजीसी नॉर्म्स है उसको होल्ड पर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डाल दिया है।
देखिए, बीजेपी इस तरह का दिखावा करती है कि वो जो सर्व समाज है उसके लिए वो काम कर रही है। बीजेपी के दोनों हाथ में लड्डू है। एक तरह से उन्होंने ये संदेश भी दिया कि साहब हम चाहते हैं कि यूजीसी का ये जो एक्ट है ये इम्प्लीमेंट हो और समाज को सबको जो भी पीड़ित है उनको न्याय मिले। दूसरी तरफ जहां बीजेपी पिटती नजर आती है वहां न्यायपालिका से मदद लेकर उसके पीछे खड़ी हो जाती है कि मैं तो करना चाहती थी, मैं तो समाज के पक्ष में हूँ, लेकिन न्यायपालिका ने, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इस पर रोक लगा दिया। तो ये पीछे से यही रवैया बीजेपी का रहा है। जहां भी बीजेपी
नहीं, ऐसा कह करके क्या आप न्यायपालिका पर सवाल नहीं उठा रहे हैं?
नहीं, मैं न्यायपालिका पर सवाल नहीं उठा रहा हूं, मैं बीजेपी पर सवाल उठा रहा हूं कि जब ये मामला पूरे देश में उठने लगा,
हाँ।
इसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं थी।
हाँ।
ये ध्यान रखना चाहिए था शिक्षा मंत्री को या बीजेपी सरकार को, प्रधानमंत्री जी को ध्यान
हाँ।
रखना चाहिए था कि जो इंस्टीट्यूशन है उसमें किसी तरह का वर्गीकरण समाज में छात्र छात्राओं
लेकिन
के
देखिए
बीच
आईपी सिंह जी, अब इसमें देखिए, क्योंकि थोड़ा बहुत अब इसमें पॉलिटिक्स लाना पड़ेगा। आपके जो एलाय हैं डीएमके, जो कि इंडिया ब्लॉक का हिस्सा है, उनका ये कहना कि यूजीसी नॉर्म्स में कुछ गलत नहीं था।
नहीं, सवाल मैं ये हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष ने इस पर बहुत साफ तौर से कहा है कि किसी के साथ न्याय न हो और किसी के साथ व्यवहार खराब न हो और किसी निर्दोष को फंसाया न जाए। तो जो बातें हैं वह समाजवादी पार्टी उन मुद्दों के साथ है और उन मुद्दों पर समाजवादी पार्टी कहीं भी इतर नहीं है जो जिन मुद्दों, लेकिन सवाल बस एक ही खड़ा होता है कि बीजेपी इस तरह के बनाती क्यों है?
ठीक है।
जब उसे बैक गियर डालना था, उन्हें सपोर्ट नहीं मिल रहा था न्यायपालिका से।
नहीं, अभी बीजेपी ने फिलहाल तो बीजेपी ने कुछ नहीं किया। हम जो चर्चा कर रहे हैं वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो किया उस पर चर्चा कर रहे हैं। यूजीसी के नॉर्म्स को होल्ड पर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डाला है। आईपी सिंह जी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए। वी ऑल्सो हैव दीपांकर joining us on the broadcast. Dipankar, this is what the Supreme Court said. Are we going backwards from whatever we gained in terms of achieving a casteless society? The opposition says that the court seems to have given a way out to the government. Remember the education minister saying, we will ensure there'll be no discrimination.
Well, yes, the Supreme Court made those remarks while hearing the matter over here, where the Chief Justice, the bench of Chief Justice made that remark and said that we should be a progressive society instead of going into a regressive society, and then went on to stay the new regulations of UGC, while it had also remarked on the fact that there are certain vague points and this new regulations need to be reconsidered, because if they are not reconsidered, then it may have some big consequences and it may be used in a different manner as it was proposed to be used. So the court has taken all that into consideration, has for the moment stayed the implementation of the new regulations, and has also given a way out, saying that the petitioner should not be left remediless, and in that case the 2012 rules that were going on, that were repealed when this the new regulations came, those have been reinstated by the Supreme Court and said that the 2012 rules will be implemented until and unless any further direction comes from the court in regard to the new regulations of the UGC, which were under challenge before the Supreme Court.
Right. So, Bhavtosh, the court has made it clear that 2026 regulations will be kept in abeyance. However, 2012 regulations shall continue in force, so that, and then the court talks about the victims, that they are not left remediless.
Yes, Swati, in fact, that's what the court has said. And while speaking to the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, the court, I will just quote what the court had said, is that, Mr. Solicitor General, we would like to have your response today. We would not like to pass any orders. Some committees shall be there with eminent jurists, have 2 or 3 persons who understand social value. What the court had said after the notification.
Bhavtosh, sorry, I have to interrupt you. We are constantly getting reactions. We have Mr. Kovai Satyan of the AIADMK joining us on the broadcast. We earlier spoke to Mr. Saravanan, who said nothing wrong with the norms. How do you respond to Supreme Court's order at the moment?
No, there is a very thin line of difference between law and appeasement. So unfortunate that the actions by our BJP ally has resulted in the image of an appeasement, wherein the Supreme Court has come down heavily on them. Yes, reforms are bound to happen. Reforms need to happen. When a society is evolving, when a country is evolving, the reforms are much needed. But we have, unfortunately, judiciary who has got the last say. We hope that BJP will relook on the way it has been presented and probably bring in more transparency in the reforms which they intend to bring through this UGC.
All right, Mr. Kovai Satyam, thank you very much for speaking with us. Let me go back to our reporters. Bhavtosh, finish your point.
Well, as far as the hearing that lasted for nearly 45 minutes, Chief Justice of India Surya Kant, along with Justice Bagchi, from the beginning had said that it appears that the notification of the UGC that had come out appears to be discriminatory for general category or the students from the higher caste, and that's the reason why the UGC notification has now been kept on hold, and the next hearing will take place on 19th of March. It has now formed a panel of at least 2 to 3 eminent jurists, and it also had in fact asked for the view of Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, and from beginning, while other counsels had in fact said that this should not be done, the Chief Justice of India, Surya Kant, had said that he would not like to make any personal comment as far as this entire case is concerned. But he, along with Justice Bagchi, had said that the notification that had come out is prima facie appears to be discriminatory for general category. That was the basic crux of the hearing that lasted for around 45 minutes. Now, it has been kept on hold. The next hearing is 19th of March. Importantly, as soon as this notification came out, there were widespread protests across various institutes, higher education institutes, where students from the higher caste, or at least from various higher caste, had protested primarily because of the reasons that they felt that they would be discriminated and action would be taken against them, whereas the government has said that would not happen. Even Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan had said that they will make sure that no action would be taken against them, and 3 petitioners had moved to the Supreme Court.
All right, Bhavtosh and Dipankar, stay on with us. Let's listen into what Vishnu Shankar Jain said.
हमें इस बात को समझना है कि बहुत ही सेंसिटिव इशू है और इसको एक लीगल एंगल से, लीगल दृष्टिकोण से हमें देखना है। उसी लीगल दृष्टिकोण से हम इस मामले की पैरवी कर रहे हैं। सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात यह है, मैं आपको जिसमें बता दूं कि आज यूजीसी रेगुलेशंस को सुप्रीम कोर्ट में चुनौती दी गई थी, जो नए नियम लाए गए हैं, और सेक्शन 3(1)(c) को चुनौती दी गई थी, जो कास्ट बेस्ड डिस्क्रिमिनेशन को डिफाइन करता है। सेक्शन 3(e) को डिस्क्रिमिनेशन की प्रोविजंस ऑलरेडी हैं। सेक्शन 8(1)(b) और 8(1)(e) को भी डिफाइन, उनको चैलेंज किया गया था। और जब ये सारी बातें सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सामने रखी गई, सारे पक्षों को सुनने के बाद, सॉलिसिटर जनरल ऑफ इंडिया को सुनने के बाद, इंदिरा जयसिंह को सुनने के बाद और हमारे पक्षकारों को सुनने के बाद, माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने आज यूजीसी रेगुलेशंस जो नए नियम लाए गए हैं उन पे पूर्णतः रोक लगा दी, उनको अभ्यास में रख दिया है, और जो पूर्व के यूजीसी रेगुलेशंस 2012 थे उनको प्रभावी किया है, अपनी पावर्स अंडर आर्टिकल 142 को एक्सरसाइज करते हैं।
केंद्र सरकार का क्या रुख रहा है? क्या उसने याचिका का विरोध किया या क्या कहा?
केंद्र सरकार ने कहा कि ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल इशू है और इसको एग्जामिनेशन इसका होना होगा। जब इसका एग्जामिनेशन होगा तब वो अपनी बात रखेंगे।
During the hearing, Justice Bagchi said unity of India must be reflected in educational institutions. The CJI also expressed concerns on how certain elements can exploit this kind of situation. Now let's listen into what Dharmendra Pradhan said earlier, assuring people amidst protests taking place.
किसी को उत्पीड़न होने नहीं दिया जाए, कोई भेदभाव नहीं होगा, कोई डिस्क्रिमिनेशन के नाम पे किसी को भी मिसयूज करने का अधिकार नहीं रहेगा। इसमें यूजीसी हो, भारत सरकार हो या राज्य सरकार हो, इसकी दायित्व रहेगी। मैं आश्वस्त करता हूँ, उसको जो व्यवस्था हुई है, भारत की कुछ भी व्यवस्था हो, संविधान की परिधि के अंदर होगा। और ये जो विषय आई है, ये तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट की निगरानी में व्यवस्था है। इसमें आश्वस्त मैं फील करना चाहता हूँ, किसी के ऊपर भी अत्याचार या किसी को भी भेदभाव नहीं किया जाएगा।
All right, let's go across to Dipankar.